Hey guys, it's Tuesday. It's time for Tip Tuesday. This is Shaunte Parker from Bennett Realty Solutions coming to you today from my house, from my kitchen. I didn't want today to go by. Oops, sorry. I didn't want today to go by without me having an opportunity to share with you what I wanted to share with you. Today, I'm talking about springing into action and buying brand new. Why buy brand new? Hey Ashley, why do you need a realtor to buy brand new? What's the benefit of buying brand new? If you're going to buy a house, why not buy a new one? And new construction is something that I specialize in. So, new construction is a home that has been newly built by a builder. In our area, Washington, D.C., and Virginia, we have several custom home builders who either mass home build, or you have custom home builders who find lots and they build single homes on those lots. So what I'm talking about is mass home builds like Lennar, D.R. Horton, Toll Brothers, K. Hovnanian, Ryan Homes, Caruso Homes, Dan Ryan Homes. Those are the type of homes that I'm talking about. Brand new homes that have been built from the ground up. So the process of new construction, these are all the reasons why you should buy a brand new home. And I wrote them down, so I'm going to be looking at my notes because I didn't want to forget anything for you. So you want to buy brand new because guess what? It's new. It's new from top to bottom, from the studs, the wood, hey Jillian, the carpet, the paint, the appliances, the countertops, the roof, the HVAC system. Every single thing in the house is brand new. New to you, new period. Nobody has ever lived there, slept there, used the bathroom there. You can get a brand new house normally with various different down payment programs. So builders have access to all the same loan options: VA, FHA, conventional financing. So it's not very different from buying a regular home. A lot of times there's no wait to buy a new home. So you can buy what's called a spec home or a move-in ready home. That means that the home has been built by the builder and it's just sitting there waiting for you to purchase it. So a lot of times, even when the builder does not have a buyer, they continue to build anyway. For example, when you're building townhouses, townhouses come in a row. And so they don't just build one or two, they build the entire row. So if they have a buyer, they do. If they don't have a buyer, they build the house anyway, and they call it a spec. So builders do not want to get stuck with their spec homes at all. They do not want to have a house ready and sitting on the market. So usually spec homes are discounted prices. You can wait to build a house, and you can do what's called customization, which means that you can decide on your floor color, your floors, what type of flooring, what type of padding, the colors, the granite color, the cabinet color, the inch of your padding, whether you have pre-wires, whether you have recessed lights, whether you have a finished basement or not. So you can build a home to your customization. That means you can pick the lot, you can pick the location, you can pick the neighborhood, and you can pick exactly how you want that home to look on the inside. Oftentimes, builders will pay your closing help. Builders pay a lot of closing help. Depending on what type of season it is, builders can pay up to 6% closing help. I've seen as low as maybe 10,000, but as high as all closing help. And of course, I love all closing help because I want my buyers to come in with as little to no money out of their own pocket. Also, sometimes when it is a spec home, let's say a spec could be 90 days out. Sometimes you do have the option to pick your finishes. So maybe you don't want cherry cabinets, you want white, or maybe you don't want Luna Pearl granite, you want a different color. So sometimes in a spec, you have, if they have not pulled permits, you still have the slight opportunity to specify what you want. A lot of the grant programs, so the $15,000 grant program that I've been using in Prince George's County, builders do not mind allowing you to wait for that program. There are about 3 other really awesome programs that you can use specifically with new construction. If you DM me, you inbox me, I'll tell you more about those programs. I'm also going to be hosting a class on April 14th. That's a Sunday from 1 to 3 called Spring into Action by Brand New. We're only going to be talking about buying a brand new house and what the benefit is to you, what the type of financing options are available to you, what all of the options that you can get in buying brand new, and all the perks you can get in buying brand new. And of course, why you need a realtor to buy brand new. Building brand new also gives you warranties. Everything in that house is warranted from top to bottom. You don't need a specialized home warranty because the builder grants you a warranty by virtue of the house being new. So your roof will be good for a certain number of years. All of your structural and mechanical will be good for a certain number of years. So you don't buy a brand new house without it being under warranty. And the best part of all, new construction is energy efficient. So we're always talking about being green, more green, and saving energy. Well, new construction allows you to do that because they are built airtight to hold in your heat as well as your air conditioning. So your monthly utility bills are a lot less expensive when you buy brand new. Now, given all that, you walk into new construction, you're driving down the street, you see a Ryan home. Do you stop and get out of your car and go in there? Heck no. Hey, Soror. You do not get out of your car and go in there. You call your realtor, you call me, and I run over there and we go in together. Now, the benefits of using a realtor: never, ever, ever go to new construction without a realtor for these reasons. Number one, it would be like going to court without your attorney. Thank you. Do you want to go to court without an attorney, without any representation? You don't. It would be like, having a doctor tell you that you need surgery and you don't get a second opinion. You never, ever, ever go unrepresented or having somebody looking out for you in your best interest. New construction is fantastic. That's what I'm saying. New construction is the way to go if you can. So the realtor's job is to negotiate on your behalf. Just because you walk in there and the price is $579 doesn't mean we have to pay $579. Maybe we can, write the contract for a little bit less. Maybe we can write the contract for a little bit more to include closing cost help. Relationships matter. I have relationships with every single home builder in this area. I have sold a lot of new constructions in my day. I have been the number one salesperson for KF Homes. I've been the number one salesperson for Lennar Homes. I've been the number one salesperson for Toll Brothers Home. And I've certainly been the number one salesperson for D.R. Horton Homes right here in the Woodmore Town Center community. So relationships matter. So I know a ton of home builders. Today I had a deal fall apart. Oh my God, it was awful. And guess what I did? I picked up the phone and I started calling all my new home people. I called Michelle Eke from Lennar. I called Akila from D.R. Horton. I text Tracy from D.R. Horton. I called my main man Rome at Haverford Homes, and all of them are ready to give my client the deal of a lifetime. Why? Because they know that I sell houses and I'm not playing, and that I'm going to get the house closed. We can close in the next 14 to 21 days, and all I need to do is write a contract and get an appraisal, but I need a house to sell them. And so these people, they love when I bring my clients there because they know my clients are good, they know they're qualified, and they know that we are, hey, Tony, they know that we're going to go to closing. So the relationships matter. Also, the help that you can get. The builder, this client that I'm talking about is a veteran. He needs the closing cost help. Hey, Charles. And so the builder has more capacity than any other seller. The builder is mass producing. The builder is making a lot of money. So the builder can pay all the closing costs. Now, they might not want to. They may not tell you that they can. And of course, if you're not walking in there with your realtor, they're not going to volunteer to pay all your closing costs. So you need me or whatever realtor you choose to use to help negotiate for you the closing cost help. Now, do you just use any old realtor off the street? No, you got to use one that specializes in brand new homes, who specializes in new construction, who has the relationships, who has a proven record of success when it comes to new construction. And finally, resources. You want to make sure that whoever, yes, builders pay closing costs. You want to make sure that whoever you use as your realtor, they have the resources. So not only do I have the relationships with the sales managers, I also have relationships with their bosses. I have relationships with the lenders that they use because most builders are tied to a mortgage company. I have the ability to walk in there because I do have relationships and a great reputation. I have the ability to walk in with my own lender and say, hey, we already are fully approved and we're ready to go. And a lot of times they don't want to give you the closing costs if you want to use your own lender. But because of those relationships, I'm able to negotiate that on your behalf. So your realtor is your personal representative. Your realtor, thanks, LaShawn. Your realtor is your personal representative. My job is to only represent you. I do not represent the seller. If you walk into new construction without me and you work with the person who is in there, you are subject to whatever happens, because that person's due diligence is not to you. That person's due diligence is to the seller only. The seller writes their checks. So of course they are going to be loyal to the seller. They're not trying to give you a good deal. They want to sell a house, but they're not trying to give you a good deal. They're trying to make sure the seller makes as much money as they possibly can in the seller's pocket. I have a very good friend, Michelle Parker. I wonder if she's watching right now. But Michelle Parker is a good friend who, she did exactly that. She walked in to a home. This was a couple years ago. She walked into a home on her own and she wrote the contract and she was buying a new house. And she was like, oh man, I didn't know that I, needed you or needed to call you. Like, I mean, what do you have to do? It's just, they're already there. I wrote the contract. And I'm like, girl, no, you should not have done that. You're going to need your own representation. Well, sure enough, as she got down the line, it became very, very choppy. It became crazy in the process. And she ultimately needed me. And I was there for her. I walked her through everything. I walked her through the process. I walked her through the negotiations. I helped her get all the things that she needed. She almost walked away from the deal, but we helped save the deal. And she's living in her beautiful house right now in Waldorf, Maryland. So it doesn't matter. Of course, I want you to call me from the beginning so we don't end up down a road like that. And of course, I want us to hold hands and partner and walk in there together and make sure that you get everything that you need. But I'm always here for you. If you need me for anything, I'm always here for you. I'm always here for any person that you refer to me. I will take great care of them. And as a consequence, Michelle has sent me countless referrals. She's one of my number one referral sources. What am I saying? I didn't get paid to help her. I did it because that's what I do. That's what I'm passionate about. And she's one of my dear friends and I love her. And yeah, she should have used me. She knows it, but it's okay. So I'm blessed tenfold because I am a good person and I care. So that's what I wanted to tell you tonight. It is late. I'm sorry. I'm going to save this and put it on my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is Shaunte Parker Real Estate. Please go there. I have plenty of informational videos. I also post these videos on my website. And they're also on my Instagram. My Instagram and my Twitter, all my social media is Parker Sales DMV. So if you have not shared one of these videos before, please do me the favor of doing that tonight. If you do not follow me on my other social media, please go there today and hey, click like or request or whatever you call it when you do that. And if you're on LinkedIn, find me on there too, because I love LinkedIn as well. So you guys have a good evening. I'm going to be traveling this week. I'm going to Paris with my beautiful daughter for spring break. And we're going to see some wonderful things. I'm going to be posting that on my Insta story and my Facebook story. So if you've been before, hey, send me some tips on some cute cafes and places to dine or whatever you love to do when you're there so we can try it while we're there. So thank you so much for watching and you guys have a good night. Bye.